Holidays to all you hoops freaks out there. I am Hoops Freak Fensty, and you are locked into stories of the 1990s and early 2000s when it comes to the NBA. But doing something a little bit different to get into the holiday spirit for all of you, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, Festivus, Kwanzaa, we got you covered with some of the best holiday basketball games from the 1990s. And when thinking about what Christmas Day used to be, gifts and then basketball. You'd have rivalry teams going at it. Maybe you'd have one big superstar going up against another, a marquee, nationally televised matchup. During the NBA on NBC days, you get that nice little intro video package with the banger Christmas music with a little bit of oomph to it. And then you get to see the game while hanging out with your family, with your friends during the holidays. So for me, when it comes to the greatest games on Christmas Day for NBA action, here are my freaky faves that I'm going to give you. Ho, ho, ho. And let's start with a big rivalry that started in the 80s that ended up seeping into the 90s. The Bulls, the Pistons, they squared off during the holidays. 1990, this was at about the end of their rivalry here. The Detroit Pistons, defending champions, taking on the Chicago Bulls, and the Chicago Bulls continuing to drop hints that they are on their way to take that throne. Well, this was another one because the Bulls beat the Pistons 98-86. Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, dominant backcourt for the bad boys Pistons, 24-23 respectfully. Isaiah Thomas had a double-double in that one, and Michael Jordan was just so dominant with 37 points. The Bulls would go on to sweep the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals in the 1991 playoffs, ending the Pistons' reign as NBA champion. Back NBA champion. Then, what about another Bulls one here with Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird, the Eastern Conference Finals matchup that we never got, but we got it on Christmas of 1991. However, you think Jordan, Bird, two guys, who's going to score 40 points first? Because you know both will. It didn't work out that way. Instead, you got to see the second in commands at the times on the teams, with Scottie Pippen scoring 27 points and Reggie Lewis, who was the future of the Boston Celtics, adding in 20 points in that matchup. But at the end of the day, Jordan versus Bird. Larry Bird would retire at the end of the season. The Bulls beat the Celtics 121-99. We then go to 1992, and you want a banger of an NBA on NBC intro for this matchup, narrated by the great Marv Albert. This was that game. Go search it on YouTube. It's a treasure in itself before even the game began. And in that matchup, the Bulls taking on the Knicks, with the rivalry just really getting cooking here in 1992. The Bulls would beat the Knicks in Chicago 89-77, with Michael Jordan scoring 42 points. Meanwhile, Patrick Ewing, 14 points, 15 boards, and Anthony Mason with 15 rebounds of his own. Earlier that year, the Knicks made a statement by beating the Bulls, once again showing that they were on their way. The two would then meet in the Eastern Conference Finals, with the Bulls advancing in 6 games. You want more Knicks Bulls? Of course you do. Let's go to 1994 without Michael Jordan. A little Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc action lead the Bulls to an overtime victory against the Knicks, 107-104. Again, Pippen leading the team at the time. No clue that Michael Jordan was going to make his return in March the following year in 95 before the end of that season. Patrick Ewing had 30 points in that one, and Charles Oakley had 20. The Oak Tree, former member of the Chicago Bulls. And then finally, 1995, an NBA Finals rematch after the Houston Rockets won their second straight NBA title by sweeping the Orlando Magic. The Magic get their revenge by beating the Rockets 92-90. Penny and Shaq scoring 22, both posting double-doubles. Hakeem Olajuwon adding in 30 points. Robert Horry, Mario Elie, 15 points each, but it was Penny Hardaway with an amazing clutch shot late in this game that helped give the Orlando Magic that victory over the Houston Rockets. Neither team would go back to the NBA Finals in 1996. Some freaky faves right there for you. Happy holidays. Make sure you catch all of our previous Hoops Freak Fensty episodes, stories from the 1990s. Happy holidays, you filthy freaks. See you later.